With the television show back on the air, it's time to look at a few more of the Flash Season 0 storylines. Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where I go over trade paperbacks and single issues and I break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then I read it dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Now, the next two stories we're going to be covering are much shorter stories, so I decided to combine them two into one video to give you two cool stories. Don't worry, Flash Rebirth, the Godspeed storyline, is coming soon. We're waiting for the storyline to finish instead of giving you half the story like other channels. They told him he wouldn't dream. They told him he would go to sleep, floating about the Earth for 9 months in a satellite barely bigger than a coffin, then brought down with no memory of his journey. No memories at all. Caitlin Snow stood over Major Song and told him that he was going to want to be asleep from this point on, as they're about to hook a lot of machines up to him. So she gave him an injection and told him, "I might have a different hairstyle when you wake up, but it's only going to seem like a few minutes to you." But what Caitlin told him would happen didn't happen. Major Snow awoke alone in space, high above his home. He only saw what the sensors saw. He and his coffin were one, isolated from the world. The neural link with the computers was more complete than they wanted, or maybe that was what they truly wanted. His mind was trapped between his body and machine. The months he would spend up there, connected to the machines, turned into years. They were learning too much from his journey to stop. He forgot who he had been before the long orbit, forgot his rank, he forgot his name, forgot everything except the dream that they told him he would never have, his memories of Caitlin Snow. Until one night, the lightning reached up from the earth and tore his coffin open. Dark energy coursed through the machine and into his body, destroying both and remaking both. Now cut off, the computer had no orders to follow, nothing to guide it, save for the Major's flickering shred of a dream. So the Black Star decided to come home. He crash-landed in Central City, and the police arrived on the scene to see what had happened. They brought along Barry Allen, hoping that he could shed some light on the situation, and when they approached what was seemingly junk, it stood up. It began to flip cars and create a mess, so Barry used his super speed to move the police out of range, and then he ran to Star Labs to find out what was going on. Cisco told Barry that when the accident happened that gave him powers, well, it not only sent waves throughout the city, but it also shot straight up into space and apparently clipped the satellite because he's reading the dark energy off of this thing. So it's Star Labs' problem. Caitlin knew what this thing was, though, so after the Flash ran back to fight it and it tossed him aside like he was nothing, she informed him that the Black Star had the ability to monitor and react to meteors moving up to 80,000 miles per hour. Cisco asked her how she knew to call it the Black Star, and she told him she helped build it. She informs Flash that the onboard laser is low power, so he should only be suffering from first-degree burns. She needs him to get up to the Black Star and rip out the pilot, so she can talk to him. Flash runs into the lasers, calling out, "Ow, ow, ow, ow," and then he kicks the pilot seat open, and he struggles with the Black Star until Caitlin arrives, and she walks over to it. "Major Song, can you hear me?" The Black Star stops beating on Flash and turns to her. "That was my name. I can't stay long. I'm sorry. I was just a kid. I didn't know what they had planned for you. You have to believe me, Major Song." "Not Major Song anymore. They left me out there for years to become this. No one could have known that this would happen. You said it would be a short sleep, that I would see your face, and I did. I saw your face every day even after the accident, through the pain." "Let me help you. Let me find a way to get you out of the machine." "Snow, I am the machine. They won't let me die if they see me like this. They will keep me alive, in pain, to study. That's why I came to you, why I dreamed you. They won't let me die." Caitlin knew what Major Snow wanted. Auto-destruct sequence, remote activation authorization, Snow. Terra 9 Gamma. Black Star looked at her. "You didn't change your hair after all." Initiation code Nancy, 7, Cardinal, 1. "Just a short sleep." Baker, 4. And then he shut down finally, ending his suffering. Caitlin told him, "Look at my face, Major." And it ended. That was one of my favorite Season 0 storylines, honestly. But it's short, so I decided to bring you one more story from the Season 0 books to celebrate the return of one of my favorite TV shows. It was supposed to be a relaxing time for Barry and Joe. They just wanted to watch some TV shows. And as they sit down and try to relax, Barry gets a text from Cisco. Turn on the news. A hostage situation is going on, and in a flash, Barry runs off, saving everyone by stopping the bullets and then returning. Joe smiles. "Nice work. Didn't even realize you were gone." They sit down getting ready to watch their movie when Cisco calls him again. 3-car pileup, Barry. And whoosh, he's gone. And then he's back. Joe looks at him. "That was fast. That was kind of the point, Joe." Then Cisco calls him again. "Barry, we got a gunman in City Center." Barry shakes his head and he runs off again. But before he can return back to the house, he then gets word of a hurricane off of Coast City. He arrives just in time to save a young boy and get him to his mother, and he tells him, stay in school. He then blocks up the dam and he runs back to the couch, still in his suit. Joe munches on his popcorn, telling Barry, you know, you don't have to save everyone, Barry. You have a responsibility to do the right thing with your abilities, but the world shouldn't rely on you all the time. You don't understand, Joe. I have to save everyone. At least I have to try. Cisco then reports of an explosion at Cord Industries, and Barry runs off, saving the workers inside of the blazing fire, and he returns to Joe. I'm proud of you, Barry. The world is lucky to have you, not the power you have. The news then comes out stating that even with the Flash helping, Coast City is taking on more seawater, so Barry gets ready to run off, and Joe tells him to come back. The news then reports a young boy came out of the building holding an elderly woman. It's the young boy that Barry saved earlier. And the news lady asks him, what compelled you to help? And he replies with, I just thought, what would the Flash do? He would do whatever it took to save everyone. He would never stop trying because he's a hero. Barry ran over to thank the kid before finally getting to relax and get a little sleep. And those are 2 more of the Flash Season 0 storylines. Now, we'll probably bring you the remainder of these storylines while we're waiting for the Godspeed storyline to wrap up for Flash Rebirth. But trust me, if you haven't been reading Flash Rebirth, you need to check that stuff out. It's amazing. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Comicstorian and Instagram at Comicstorian, and I'll see you next time right here.